Hello everyone, it's Jean from Inky Studio. I hope you had a great holiday over Thanksgiving weekend and you're probably out in the stores and shopping and all getting ready for Christmas now, which is not far away. Today I have a couple things that I wanted to bring to your attention. First of all, I have a question I would like you to answer me, and it would really be you can just leave down the word yes or no, but would it be helpful to you if I did published a video on the same day every week? Don't know if that would be more helpful to you than as I tend to do is I'm kind of random at it, but maybe I should buckle down and do one day a week, or maybe it doesn't make any difference at all. So you can just let me know if that would be helpful to you. I have a new kit in my shop, my coffee shop, and in my Etsy shop, and it's for a tall and slender journal. And I'm going to be working on the digitals from that kit, and we're going to be making 3 tags in a document holder. But you don't, even if you don't have my kit, you can still use all these ideas on your present ones that you already have. So the ideas still are good for any kit. But I have that going on, and so the first thing I want to do is I want to show you the pages from that kit. So the first page here, the Christmas gift, which is the name of the kit. I have a really lovely Madonna picture there, a background page, third page with some angels, and a little bit of ivy down there. And I like this page because of that tree, because when you fold it, you kind of see it peeking out on each side. I thought that was kind of neat. Here's another page with the Christmas bells, and actually the music in there has the words about church bells chiming. And this page here, I love that green. Really looks like a fabric almost. And these remind me of the bulbs we used to force for Christmas. Forgot the name of them, but kind of reminded me of that a little bit of music. Here is a music sheet with an angel on it and some mistletoe. I thought this was an interesting page that could be a cover if you were going to make a tall and slender journal. I thought it could, but then it can also be a great tear sheet. And then I removed some of the images so that you have some more background sheets to work with. And here are those two, the red and green, they just both remind me of a fabric anyway. So that is the basic kit. And then added to it are ephemera with 3 strips, washi strips, and 3 tags, and a tag and some cards here on this one. So this is available in my coffee shop as well as my Etsy shop. Now for today's project, I'm going to cut from my ephemera sheet a strip of the Christmas gift, and I have these 2 pages that I printed something neutral on the back that I happen to have in my library. But I'm using these 2 pages here basically for this project. And what I want to end up with is something that is tall and thin that will fit into a page of my journal there. And I cut off about an inch, a generous inch off the bottom of this, and so that there would be room in the top and bottom. And I'm going to score another generous inch there on the side and fold it over. And I guess you could fold it by hand, but I think it makes a crisper edge if you score it. And I want to fold it so it's thin enough and not too wide, because this has got to go into a pocket, so it's a little on the wide side. So I'm going to need to cut a little bit off on the side, and I decided to use my decorative punch to do that with. And of course I'm going to lightly ink around it. Of course, it's a step you don't have to do. And now I'm going to place the paper inside, trying to determine how I want the paper to lay. Like I ended up with this direction. And of course it needs to be cut down, so I cut down the music side, and now I still need to take more off, and I ended up just tearing off all three sides to kind of give it that torn look. You do want to make sure that your images are all facing the same direction, so when you open it up it's not upside down. And then lightly do that frayed edge. And we'll just place it in there. Now, there's different ways you can attach it in there. You can sew it, you can staple it down, and then maybe add something to cover up the staples, like that. But what I'm going to do is simply glue it. And there's like two steps or two parts you need to glue, and that's the underneath the flap. And then you need to glue, once you got that secured, you need to glue underneath the sheet of paper, like so, so that all two layers of that are glued down. Then I'm going to lightly fold it, not too much of a crease, just a little bit. I'm going to bring it up, make sure it's down there straight. I'm going to bring it up and just not quite to the edge, just stay on this side of the edge a little bit. And give it a good burnish because you've got two layers in there. Now I'm going to take the strip, the washi strip, and I am just going to kind of make a little band around this to make it interesting. I punched out a circle, and I usually would put the circle maybe up closer, but I didn't want to cover up the gift word, so I'm just going to put it down there between the two words there. I've got some hemp cord that I get in the jewelry department, and it's about 1 millimeters. I'm just going to tape it down to help it be secured. And then I'll put the brad through with my little button. I do it this way so that I don't have to tie around the brad. It's already secured there, and it just makes it less bulky, I think, anyways. I think it lays a little bit better. And that is done there. And I'll glue it here in the middle. And I think I've already marked where the midpoint is. And glue it right there underneath the punch and wrap it to the back. And tear off a little bit. So I think this is a cute little folder. You can put it, you can write inside, you can put memorabilia in it. Just kind of, or photos, just kind of a fun little document holder looking thing. Just love how that little tree peeks around on both sides. Now for the other projects, and then I also added a little bit, because that was such a plain strip there, I wanted to dress that up just a little bit. And so I added a small strip off of one of the other pages. And maybe in retrospect, maybe I should have done the whole strip, because then it would have peeked out from the punch, but it's okay. Now the next project is going to be working with the tags. I've got some crystal diamonds, but stickles or any kind of a gel glitter thing, product that you have would work, or even without glitter, it would work really well. And I'm just going around on all the berries. And really, you could also add more glitter to this if you wanted to as well. I would recommend a real fine glitter, but you could. It just depends on how much you want to sparkle. And so after I've done that, I went and I just highlighted the first letter there, the letter C. Just filled it in all the way. You could also use glossy accents. I think that's the other product I use a lot, which has no glitter and it's kind of plain. But just something to make it stand out. And then I went through the little clouds, the top of the clouds. I pulled down some of the gel into the clouds and just went around them. It's hard in the camera to really appreciate it fully, but it does add a nice little dimension to it. And like I say, you could add glitter to that to make it stand out even more. And then I put a little crocheted thing up there, and I put a button behind that brad or circle. Now on all of these, let me talk about this one. This one, I am going to put Gilder's wax around the edge, but I'm going to put a lot. Now my Gilder's wax is a little on the old side, so it's kind of caked up a little bit. So I am just grabbing one of those cakes and really smearing it on there. But you still can achieve this with a newer one, a newer Gilder's wax, by just putting multiple layers down. But I want to make it really heavy so it can really shine well. Then I copied another set of tags and I cut out just the Madonna, and I'm going to put that on some really hard, heavy cardstock, because what I print on is not that heavy. So I'm going to back it up. And it adds a little dimension, plus I'm going to glue stuff behind it, and this way, if it's heavy enough, it won't crease the front of it. So I've got some cheesecloth. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm going to put that between the tag and the new little one I made there, and glue that down in the same spot. In retrospect, I wish I had put in another layer or two of cheesecloth, and I wish I had not trimmed off quite as much as I did, because the effect I ended up using was just sort of folding and gluing that cheesecloth onto the painting or the Madonna there. I wanted, and I did this because I wanted the botanicals to show. I didn't want to cover those up. So, and plus I think it made it, interesting too as well. So I wanted the little berries to show and the leaf to show, and so I just went around randomly, bunched it up here and there, and glued it down. And so, voila, that is. And then I got a piece of fabric I thought really matched her clothing there nicely, and I'm going to just stick a brad through the cloth. Easy peasy. Now all the tags will need to be backed, or at least I should say I had to back all my tags so that they would be heavy enough. Plus, when you put something on the front that's wet or something of that nature, it will buckle the tag somewhat. So by putting another layer on the back, it makes it straighter. Now for this one, I'm using texture paste, and I am going to mimic snow on to the branches there. And this is a really easy technique. I was surprised to how easy this was. Now I don't want it to be smooth. I want it to be somewhat rough. So as I apply it, I kind of do a bouncy, like a pounce on it, just to kind of put little peaks on it here and there on that texture paste. And you can see that I'm just choosing, I don't know, whatever looks good to me. I don't think it really matters that much. My paste is a little thick there, but yeah, so just pounce it on. This is a very forgiving method. You have lots of time before it dries. You can scrape it away from an area you didn't intend. You can scrape some of it off. It is very forgiving and yeah, very easy to do. It will, however, have to dry quite a while, and I let mine dry overnight. Otherwise, you risk rubbing it off. So here is another one I did earlier, and you can feel the texture of the snow. I put a little piece of lace on it, and this did have to be backed with another piece of cardstock because it did buckle a little bit. But yeah, I thought the effect was really cute. And again, you could put glitter on this, and that would change it up as well. So here are the 3 tags that we altered. I thank you so much for viewing, and I hope this gave you some ideas and some inspiration. And yeah, check out the digital in case it's something that's up your alley, and we will talk to you real soon. Bye!